I have made $750 of profit, starting with initial balance of $2,000. I'm full-time institutional crypto trader, and my public portfolio has almost 100% of win rate. Let's go! When I started my public portfolio, I just want to show that it's possible to earn also passive income with also small account balance. And you don't need to have 50, 100,000 or even $1 million to have a passive income. Because for now, $750 of profit is equal to almost 40% of return in a short period of time. And this is very high profitability in trading. And the next important milestone will be a profit of $800. And also after that, the most important one will be $1,000 of profit. Because in this case, it will be exactly 50% of return from my initial balance of $2,000. And the best scenario will be to keep the same win rate as I have right now, which is almost 100%. So that means almost all the trades I have done are profitable. And this I covered in more details in my recent video, where I show exactly 180 trades with almost zero losses. And as a result, the win rate of almost 100%. And I am able to achieve such a high win rate because I am trading as a not 99% of all the traders. And let me explain you exactly how. So what most of the traders are doing. They are looking for a good support level, for example this one, and then they go long or short. And in this case they have to predict where the price of Bitcoin will go. And predict the market is very difficult, especially in the short term. Unlike most of the traders, I don't predict where the price of Bitcoin will go. I'm looking where the price of Bitcoin won't go with a very high probability. For example, price of Bitcoin could rise, stay the same, or even fall a bit, and I will still have a profit. And this could sound for you absolutely crazy, but this strategy exists and really works and earns a very high profitability with a very high probability of success. And my public portfolio is a real example. And most of the institutional traders trade like this. They use options. And by the way, if you haven't heard about the crypto options yet, I have full step-by-step guides for beginners, where I covered all important basics. And if you would like to increase your chances of profit, you definitely need to learn about the crypto options. The link you will find in the description below. And what I'm doing in my public portfolio, basically I'm selling put options. And for me, it doesn't matter where the price will go. The price should be just above the strike price. And even if the price will drop below my target price, I'm still able to manage my position and also end up with a profit. And by trading options, I have very high flexibility how to manage my position. And at the same time, I have very high probability of success with a very high profitability. And also in addition to that, I get consistent profit. And at least in my opinion, every trader has to know how to sell put option. And I have full step-by-step guide how to sell put option. And now let's take a look how high is the annual profitability that I reached with this strategy. As always, here you can see the table with profitability of my public portfolio for each month. So I started my public portfolio exactly 6 months ago with initial balance of $2,002. And at the end of the period, the balance has increased and was equal to $2,112. And so on for each single month. And let's fill up this table to get the annual profitability. So the total account value right now is equal to $2,750. So $2,750. And as you can see, I have earned $140 since the last portfolio update. And by the way, for each month I have one single episode of my public portfolio. And as a result, in this month, the annualized profitability was equal to almost 65%. So that means if I keep the same profitability for the next 11 months, the profitability will be equal to 65%. And this is very high profitability in trading. And as you can see, the profitability since I started my public portfolio is equal to 37%. So that means I already have earned 37% just in 6 months. And the total annualized profitability of my portfolio is equal to almost 75%. So that means if I keep the same profitability in the next 6 months, my portfolio will reach a profitability of 75%. So this is a very high profitability in trading. And the best thing with this strategy that I don't have a such high drawdown. So there was only one single month when the balance decreased by $50. And it was exactly in this time when the Ethereum dropped by 20%. So Ethereum declined by 20% and my portfolio lost only 2%. And as you can see, the drawdown is very small. And every single month, portfolio increase in its value. And that's why it's very important to keep the right risk management. But someone can tell me that 75% of annual return is not that much. This is not a 2x, 5x or even 10x. But this is not exactly the truth. And let me show you something very interesting. And after that, you will understand that you don't need to find this exactly opportunity of 2x or even 10x. Everything what you need is consistency. Consistent passive income is the best way to build your wealth. For example, let's be more conservative and take an assumption that we can make 25% of annual return. And this is not really hard to do by combining different strategies. And let's assume we started with the same $2,000 in 2020. With annualized return of 25%, the balance at the end of the year will be equal to $2,500. So in the second year, we started with the same $2,500, and by reaching the same profitability of 25%, the balance will be equal to $3,125 at the end of the second year. At the end of the third year, the balance will increase to almost $4,000. And as you can see, between just 3 years, the balance increased and reached almost 2x of profit, with a quite low risk. At the end of the fourth year, the balance will increase and will hit almost $5,000. In the next year, the balance increased to $6,000, and at the end of 2025, the balance will increase to $7,500. So this is an incredible increase in value of the portfolio. So we started with $2,000 and portfolio could be more than $7,500 within 5 years, with a profitability of 25%. Someone will tell me that it is 5 years that we have to wait, but 5 years will pass us anyway. And it's better to be on a side where I have a strategy with a very high probability of success and quite low risk. But let's increase the profitability to 50% of annual return. So remember, I have right now the annualized profitability of 75%, and we select 50% of annual return. And here you can see the magic, because the initial balance of $2,000 will be equal to $22,000 after 5 years. And this is already 10x of profit. And with this strategy, I decide myself which risk I would like to take. And I don't need to look for the coins that could skyrocket and hope that it could make profit. In this case, I can manage the position myself and decide how much I would like to earn. And if we increase the profitability to 75% of annual return, which is equal to a current annualized profitability of my portfolio, then we have absolutely mind-blowing result. Because the initial balance of $2,000 after 5 years will increase to $57,000 account balance. And this is more than 28x of profit. But 75% is very high profitability. And it will be very difficult to keep the same profitability each year in the next 5 years. but still the profitability of 25% or even 40% to 50%, it's really possible and achievable. So that's why I will keep trading with my public portfolio, and we will see which result I will be able to achieve. And let's take a look a bit more deeply what I'm going to do with my public portfolio in the next months. So as I said, the next milestone is to achieve $800. And the most important milestone is $1,000 of profit, or a total balance of $3,000. In the last month, the price of Ethereum has increased a lot and is equal to $4,500. And this is much more than my current account balance. So that means by selling cash secured puts, I have go with a leverage. And because I would like to avoid leverage, I trade the spreads. So basically, I'm selling a put option and simultaneously I buy a put option. For example, I can sell a put option with a strike price of $4,000 with a quite low delta, and after that buy put option to protect myself. And in this case, if the price of Ethereum will drop massively, I will be on a safe side, comparing to selling just a put option without any protection. So that's why right now, because the price of Ethereum has increased a lot and is higher than my current value of my portfolio, I will be following this strategy. Also, Deribit has launched the new USDC options for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that means for me, I can also trade a smaller quantity than 1 Ethereum, which will be equal to my account balance. But I would like to collect all the premiums in Ethereum. So that's why I keep trading with Ethereum options. But because at the same time I have also Ethereum in my portfolio, I can also sell a call options to follow the strategy called covered call. So that means I have Ethereum in my portfolio and I sell the same quantity of call option. So for example, if I would have 1 Ethereum in my portfolio, I can sell 1 call option. So let's assume we have a strike price of $5,000. With expiration date at the end of October. This is 45 days from now, and in this case I can get a premium of 215 USDC. In my public portfolio I don't have 1 single Ethereum yet, so that's why I will trade a small fractions of Ethereum and will collect the premiums. And in this case I can already start to run the covered strangle strategy. So that means I will sell put options and at the same time I will sell a call options. And in this case I will profit from the both sides, from call option and also from put option. And this will help me to reduce my risk and keep the same profitability at the same time. And if you would like to learn more about the options, join my free Discord channel. There you will find the most important cryptocurrency news, market analysis, and also you will be able to chat with me and ask questions that you have. So that's why join my free Discord channel. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because here you can learn how to earn passive income with cryptocurrency options. So subscribe to my channel and I will be very thankful to you. So stay smart and see you in the next video. Bye.